Okay. Being individual. I'm sorry, it is 5:40, so if my brain's a bit slow, that's why. But I'm gonna try my best to. Yeah, anyway, being individual. Being an individual is the only way to be successful. You have to be an individual with individual thoughts, individual goals, individual ideas. If you're not an individual, then you have to be an individual. You have to steer away from your influences. If they're not meeting with your goal, if your goal is going that way and they're going that way, then if it's not aligned with your goal, then it won't work. It's not going to get you there. So the reason I say to be an individual is because success lives in the mind, and by being an individual, you allow yourself to grow as an individual, grow as a single being, as your own unique self, and that's what makes everyone different. Like your mind, like Earl Nightingale said, the only thing that makes a man is his mind. The rest you can find in a pig or a horse. Pretty much, the only thing that differentiates any of us is our mind. That's the only defining factor between what makes a person. And so, with that being said, that, like I said, that is the key to success is your mind. And to achieve success, whatever you want to achieve, you need to be an individual. Like I said, individual goals, individual ideas. You have to be an individual, because the way this gets into the 5%, 95%, but you don't get anywhere by being a follower and following what the next person's doing or following what your friends are doing. You have to be an individual. You need to have your own ideas. And yeah, that's the only way to be successful, is by being an individual. Yeah, I'm not saying to cut off. You don't have to cut off people. Unless they're not, good for you. But that's not the point of the video. If something isn't aligned with your goals, if it's not there to serve you, it's there to kill you, right? So if something isn't serving you in your life, it's effectively killing you. It's steering you away from your goal. Like, for example, getting in shape. I know I use this example all the time. Easiest, most relatable. Getting in shape. So your goal is to get in shape. You want to get your dream physique. You want to get whatever it is, shredded, more muscular, whatever it is. That's your goal. You have a friend group who drinks, parties every weekend. This can be applied to being successful as well. You have a goal of being successful. You have a goal of being in shape. You have a friend group who goes out drinking, partying every weekend. Of course, they're your friend group, so you're a product of your environment, right? So you're going to be steering off with them, drinking, partying, and like I said, if it's not there to serve you, it's there to kill you. So effectively, that is taking you away from your goal. And I'm not saying to be a nun and just not do anything ever. Just only work. That's not the point. I'm not saying I just 24/7 every single day. I kind of am, because I don't really go out or anything, but that's different. like for me, like I'm talking about, for example, like a person with a friend group. I'm not saying to cut them off, get rid of all their friends. No, that's not. But just identify your goals and just you can just separate a bit. Be an individual. Be an individual from the pack. Just be your own self. Be yourself. You don't have to conform to what everyone else is doing just because they're doing it. And just because it seems like that's what you should do. Like, no, do what you want to do. And I could make a million videos of this because this ties into being yourself. Like I said, doing what you want to do. Like a lot of different things. And I'm sure I'll make a lot more videos similar to this idea. As being an individual. Because it all ties in. Like I said, being yourself. You have to be yourself. Because that is being an individual, being yourself, being exactly who like God made you to be. You just have to be yourself. Simple as that. And yeah, it's pretty easy. Like once you kind of understand who you are, and it doesn't happen overnight. Like it took me 18 years to realize who I was, and properly know myself. So, it's not going to happen overnight, but once you find out who you are, just stick with it. Just be yourself. That's your most valuable asset that you have as a human is your mind, your own unique mind, yourself. That's your most unique asset. And that's what builds success, being an individual. So yeah, just be an individual.